They'll do a double push fast stack on cat, for example, on dust 2. But they don't really do what you would call map control based pushes mid round.
Mid-round pushes,
If you know the trees are swinging towards long, around 50 seconds you want to get tunnels control. Take that away from them so they can't fake it and fall back.
Yeah.
Or if they fake it and fall back, they run into a trap. Yeah.
All right. Cool. So I think mic test is good and done with. Production director. I know, but my mic's on, right? That's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
30 seconds. So I'm just gonna shut up. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Pro. Mute.
Yeah. That's-
All right, everyone, what's up? Welcome to the first time here in India, the first edition of Supernova Gaming Carnival 2016. Can I please get some noise? Come on, guys, I know there's not many of you, but I need some noise up in here. That's what I'm talking about. Brought to you by Nova Play, which will soon become India's first and most comprehensive gaming platform, run by the gamers, for the gamers. That's right, for the first time, Supernova will be offering a multitude of awesome activities, including their first ever CSGO tournament, where Nova Play has launched close to 100 global ranked servers for CSGO and Dota 2 located in India in an exclusive partnership with Valve Corporation. Hail, Gaben. With a cash prize worth 4 lakhs, 8 teams have made it to the semi-finals here in Bangalore, and you'll get to see them square off. So for our first match of the day, we have Team Brutality versus Team Crash Kid Legends. Are you guys ready? All right, let's take it over to our casters, Blay and Prashant.
Well, we're finally here.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. So it's going to be Brutality versus Crash Kid Legends, the first game today. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, it's going to be, it's like the battle of David versus Goliath, right? I mean, Brutality is the most experienced team, the favorites going into this tournament, and a pretty young local land team against them. It's a pretty uphill battle for the other team, for Crash Kids. I mean, Brutality, but then again, a lot of teams tend to be slow starters. There's jitters, and if momentum goes one way, the pistol round, they could be a potential upset, especially if it's on a map like Dust 2.
Let's talk a little bit about like all the teams are playing. There are going to be 8 teams playing today. 4 teams coming in from the online qualifiers. Brutality. We got Kung Fu Pundits. I love that name. We got Overcome, and we got Accuracy Gaming. These are the teams from all across the country who've come through the online qualifiers. Then we had a local land qualifier for the Bangalore teams, where we got teams like MIS, Rec Gaming, Crash Kid Legends playing today, and I forgot the last team, but one more team from Bangalore who will be playing today. And so the first round is going to be the quarterfinals. It's going to be best of 1, where we're going to be having the online teams who qualified from the online qualifiers facing off against the teams who came from the LAN qualifiers in Bangalore. The first match is going to be Brutality, like we just said, and Crash Kid Legends. Let's talk about Brutality a little bit. They're going to be playing without one of the main players. That's Adi, who is going to be instead setting this one out. He's going to be the 6th man for the team this time around. What do you think is going to happen? Like, we do know they're the favorites for this entire tournament, but we have got teams like, just take a look at what we have here. We got Venom, Kundia, Rix, A-Star, Fox. Like, the core lineup of Venom, Rix, and Kundia. I mean, these guys have been together for a long time.
Off and on, even A-Star has been around with Brutality for a very, very long time. They have the chemistry. I think they've been playing together the longest.
But A-Star is also kind of like your ex-girlfriend that, she leaves you and she's like, I'm never coming back. But then she's like super hot and you really like her. And like she'll come back and she's like, you know what, honey, let's get back together. And you're like, all right, that's cool. And it's just like A-Star. He leaves, he comes back. He leaves, he comes back. And he's so good. Yeah. He's so good at the game. But doesn't matter, how many times she dumps you.
Yeah.
They're going to take her back. And there you have it. Look at the lineup. Venom, Kunya, Rix, A-Star, and these guys. Then we got uh, KCP, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Kid.
I mean,
I don't know how to
honestly,
pronounce that name, to be
yeah,
honest.
honestly, like I would be very, very surprised if this game goes any other way
Mm-hmm.
than Brutality just kind of curb stomping them because
It it could be the map as well. I think it's going to be Dust 2. There we go. We have the lineup for Crash Kit Legends, CKL, as they're more popularly known. We got Tinge Cobra, the Dot, Rain, Star Wars fan there, Fappy, Cyrex, and Rek. So they're the local Bangalore team. They got an uphill battle to climb. It's a best of one. It's a quarterfinals. Loser goes home. Winner goes through to the semis. And yeah, this is going to be a pretty tight game if you ask me. I think we could just bring up the brackets and take a look at the other matchups happening today. We got Brutality, Crash It Legends, the first game which is going to be streamed simultaneously. I think it's going to be Overcome and Mission and still taking place, which is going to be a pretty interesting game. Overcome just won the ESL India Premiership Starter Cup number 2 in a very confident fashion. They thrashed Wolf on map 1. Map 2 was kind of a forfeit win because Wolf got disconnected from the servers, but they've been looking very much on form. They have upset quite a number of teams in the past as well. That game's happening simultaneously. That unfortunately won't be streamed. And it looks like the map veto is done with. Let's look at the bans. Cobble getting banned with Brutality. CKL banning Overpass, which could be a mistake. I think Brutality would definitely have banned Overpass, if you ask me.
yeah, but Overpass is not one of the strongest maps, especially when they don't have Adi on the team. He's particularly very good on that map. And we've seen Brutality get pretty dominated online on this map. It's not one of their, it's not in their map pool practically. Yeah.
All right. And we have Cash getting banned by Brutality, which is a little surprising to see Cash getting banned. Nuke and Train, the double ban coming in from CKL. And finally, out of Mirage and Dust 2, Brutality. Gonna pick Dust 2. What do you think about it? I would have thought they'd go with Mirage, to be honest.
Mirage is one of the most dominant maps, especially because like we keep talking about Rix.
Yeah.
You know, his op is insane on that map. He
Speak of the man himself right there.
Yeah,
Middle of
sitting
the
in the
team,
middle.
Rix.
I've heard like basically from people who've been practicing him online that their strategy is just to avoid wherever he's playing. But on a map like Mirage, when he's a floating opper, you can't avoid him. He's just going to float everywhere. He's going to be mid, he's going to be short, he's going to be city spawn at A. He's just going to be picking you guys off everywhere unless you have good smoke tactics.
But the thing, what I'm really intrigued is Brutality picking Dust 2 instead of Mirage is kind of curious because Dust 2 is a map historically, even now, it's a way more buggy map than other maps. Like, you know, it's not like Mirage or Cash where, you know, one team can dominate or if you have done your homework right. Dust 2 is a map which, to be very honest, don't give you that many options. It's going to come down a lot of aim deals. It's going to come down a lot of, you know, forcing your opponent's hands and whatnot. And although they do have Rix as a weapon, you know, as a very deadly weapon, do you think Dust 2 could possibly be a mistake getting picked by
I mean, it's
Brutality?
a partial mistake. I mean, they're willing to take that risk because of the opponents they're facing. But yeah, if I was in their shoes and they're facing an unknown opponent, I would have gone with a map like Mirage because, especially with young teams, right? There's not that high a strategic skill ceiling in Dust 2. For the most part, if you've been playing this game for a bit, you know the ins and outs of the map. You know how the rotations happen. You can read people on that map. You don't need to be an excellent IGL with a lot of game sense to really exploit fakes in Dust 2. So it gives basically a helping hand to a new team to be like, okay, we won't be that lost in this map. You know, whereas you can be completely shut out in a map like Mirage. You can be completely lost because of the things that Brutality might be throwing at you.
But here's the curious thing. Brutality picked Dust 2.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's
And,
a mistake. Yeah.
That could be a really big mistake
Yeah.
because I think Wolf, especially one of the well-known name, who could not make it to the tournament, they made a mistake of letting Dust 2 through,
Yeah.
and they got upset. Not just upset, they got stomped,
Yeah.
16-7 by KFP Kung Fu Pundits. So just nothing but a mixed team of some ex-pros and some retired players,
Yeah.
and they're at the land here. So Dust 2 is a map of upsets. Anything can happen, and unless you're a team like Astralis or Navi, or for that matter, even Fnatic, but even they can get upset by some random
No,
NA
American
team.
teams tends like when the American scene is now a lot better, but when they were first
When
getting
CLG came out with Peter and all
Yeah.
that, they upset some pretty big teams.
On Dust 2.
On Dust 2. So this could potentially be a mistake. We do have just a few players in the server right now. As we're waiting for the knife round to get started. Let's talk about the rest of the other teams, though. We have Kung Fu Pundits playing. They're going to be facing against Vulcan, a pure LAN team from Bangalore. These guys only play on LAN. I've never seen them any online tournaments.
they're permanent residents of LXG.
Yeah,
right?
they literally live
Yeah.
there, sleep there. I wonder if they get paid to play there as well.
Yeah.
They aren't as dangerous as MIS. They're a pretty decent team. I mean, against any unknowns, they'd probably stomp them. But KFP, I mean, let's talk about them. They upset Wolf, but when I spoke to them, they're like, yeah, we got lucky.
Yeah.
So they don't really seem to be that confident going this matchup, although they have some very experienced players in that team.
I mean,
and,
yeah.
and some young guns as well.
Yeah, they have a good mixture. They have Marshall, was a young gun, a very very dynamic,
And it's got
explosive
Moon
player.
as well, his teammate from Simplex.
And that guy is practically a kid. And then you have the three experienced
Literally,
players.
I mean, if this event goes beyond 8 o'clock
Yeah.
and they reach the finals, we're
Yeah.
going to have an issue because the club doesn't allow anyone below 21 years of age. And Marshall and Moon, I think like 17 or 19,
Yeah.
somewhere around there. Then we got Ribby, very experienced player from 1.6. He's played in Invictus, played for Virtual Impact. Leons is very known. He's played with Neck Break guys. He's been everyone.
All the top guys still playing in the scene, whether it's Wolf, Brutality. At one point or another, they were teammates with Ribby. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then we got AKS, who wasn't playing online. He's played for Brutality a bit here in their TMG, played outside for a long time, but this is his first CSGO LAN.
Yeah.
He's been very nervous from what we found out. And then we got Petrichor, ex-Brutality player, very experienced player as well.
Played in the Middle East.
He played in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Both these players have international experience, so to speak. It's going to be a very interesting team. The dynamics are it's kind of chaotic as a team. They're very puggy sometimes. But from what I've seen, they've done their homework, a little bit of homework. They have tried to practice a little bit here and there. So that's going to be an interesting matchup against 5 guys who literally play every day on LAN, and a bunch of other 5 guys are just going to be like, oh, you know what, YOLO this, let's win it. And they beat Wolf. So, and the final matchup, Accuracy Gaming, and they're going to be facing off against, I think, Wrecked Gaming, another 2 teams which I have no clue about. That's another unknown factor. So that's a game we're going to be casting next as well. I think Rec Gaming is playing against Accuracy, and
That's
and
right.
Overcome is playing MIS.
Yeah.
So a couple of very close games as well. There we go. So Kung Fu Panda is playing Vulcan, Accuracy playing Rec Gaming. Honestly, I haven't seen Rec Gaming playing it in the past. Accuracy Gaming, they're pretty good. Tier 2-ish.
I think they're like the 4th, 5th best team in India right now.
I'd
Yeah.
actually put them at 7 or 8, to be very honest. Because we
Okay.
got, bear in mind, we got Overcome, we got MOB, who have been pretty impressive as well. Brutality, MXB, Wolf. So I think that's a top 5 right there. Invisible Wings, 6.
Invisible Wings is disbanded, so.
Well, Sai has left, and the team's still there, though. James
Okay.
is still out there. Wolf are now Invisible Wings. They're
Yeah.
getting paid a salary and stuff. So there's more swapping going on here than,
Oh, you can't say that.
yeah, you can't say that. We gotta be. It's a family show, although we are in a club here.
Yeah.
So there we have it. Brutality, Crash Kit Legends coming up next. They're going to be facing the winner of Overcome MIS. That's going to be a hell of a game because I think Overcome are favored to going into this matchup, and Overcome versus Brutality might be the likely outcome on the first semifinals. That's going to be a cracker of a game.
That's the game to watch, honestly. There's a good chance the winner of that goes on to win the whole competition. On the other side, it'll be most likely between Kung Fu and Accuracy. And these guys have scrimmed a lot online, so they kind of know the
Tendencies.
Yeah, they're like almost practice partners, so they'll know each other's tendencies, they'll know each other inside out, and maybe if there's going to be a counter-strat matchup, that's most likely the one.
So basically, you're saying that the 4 winners are going to be the teams who came from online qualifiers
Yeah.
rather than LAN qualifiers.
Well, I think there's the only team that I would bet on from the LAN qualifier to upset is MIS. I know Overcome's a very strong team right now. They're beating Wolf online, but MIS is that boogie team. I've mentioned it many times.
Yeah.
I have personally been on the receiving end
They
of
can
an
just
MIS
go. They can just
boogie
go ham.
system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've
So-
even seen them, like, even when I stood in for them a couple of years back for a tournament.
Yeah.
Random game, and we just managed to beat Virtual Impact, who was at that point the second best team.
Yeah.
And just a few months later, they won the ESWC qualifiers as well. So they are a very unpredictable team. On their day, they can hit some crazy shots. Grimjaw, especially.
Oh yeah,
with
he's
an
an
off.
insane opera. Yeah. On LAN. Yeah.
And the thing with the Bangalore guys, most of them, they rarely play online, but they literally live on LAN. Most of them have flunked their colleges as well just to play on LAN. So
Yeah.
that's a lot of dedication right there. So we do have a few players joining in, just 3 players in already. Juventa, that's Kundia. He is a Juventus fan by the looks of it. We've got Rix, A-Star with a triple R, Cyrex, Fappy, and Tinged Cobra 312. That's an intriguing name.
I mean, the other guy, the Star Wars fanboy, that's actually Nervous.
That's nervous, all right.
He's been around the scene for a bit, like the Bangalore LAN scene. He's played a few LANs here and there.
All right.
Not like I won't be like he'd be the player to watch, but I would say in this lineup, maybe potentially the most experienced player there. Yeah.
In this particular team.
Yeah.
I've seen a few of these players in pugs and a couple of scrims here and there. Haven't really surprised me ever. But like I said, it's a surprise factor. Unfortunately for them, they're facing off against the favorites here. And on a map like Dust 2, like you said, and the thing with Dust 2 is, and I think with Brutality as well, is they have this uncanny ability, which is not common in India, in Indian teams especially, to have horrendous starts, but always managing to come back and clutch his crazy runs. Because all the 5 members can just step it up. There is no hard carry per se.
But they have immense individual game sense. So you put any of them in a 1v2 situation against young kids, there's a good chance Fox or A-Star or Rix, to some extent,
They'll just literally outplay
they
them
will come.
completely.
They'll come through with the clutches, and to be honest, it's not just about the fact that they're amazing at clutches. It's also the other fact the other teams who have the numbers advantage, they don't really know how to play the numbers game. They'll when it's a 1v2, they'll make it two 1v1s.
Yeah.
Right, and that's so common. Every time I watch that, a little bit of my brain dies, and I'm just like, come on, guys.
You pretty much de-rank watching some of these games, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's one thing I've noticed as well is
Yeah.
some of the most. Okay, I'm just going to go on a rant here,
Mm.
but the Indian team just recently lost to Hong Kong in a horrendous fashion in the TWC, right? And generally speaking, and someone asked like, why are we losing so badly? And from what I've understood, it's because most of these guys they're playing Counter-Strike the wrong way. And when I say this, it's not just about aim, but the basic approach to the game and how to approach it as a game, as a team game, is fundamentally flawed. So no matter how many times you scrim, no matter if you have 4,000 hours in game or 5,000 hours in game, if you're practicing the wrong way, you're gonna be shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're completely right. I mean, if you look at it, for example, when you say, how did the Luminosity break out of Brazil? How are the Chinese team breaking out? It's not because they're copying. What Indian teams do is they try to take pages out of all the top European teams or Chinese teams. They'll take a strat from here, they'll take a strat from there, but they never sit down on a clean slate and we're like, let's develop our play style. What play to our strengths, come up with something very detailed when it comes, and once you flesh that out and you start going into defaults and strategies and all that, but first, how do you want to play? And it's almost a philosophical question.
What's
Yeah.
what's your team's tendencies?
Exactly,
what are
yeah.
your players' tendencies? That's one thing I've noticed as well. Many people they'll be like, hey, guess what? There's a tournament happening right now. Let's form a team, and they'll sit there and they'll sit in a server learning smokes and flashes. I mean, that's not practice. These are stuff you're already supposed to know.
Yeah.
And they don't know about the player tendencies. They look at a particular strat book from a team and they try to replicate it. And they'll be like, you know what? Navi goes for a play when it's only 25 seconds remaining on the clock. We're going to try that. I'm like, buddy, you don't have a Guardian.
Yeah.
You don't have an Edward. You don't have a Seized.
It's not even about the. Okay. It's not even about the players themselves and the talent on hand, right? I'm just talking about simple things like when they watch a demo, they'll be looking at a smoke or a flash or an angle instead of looking at the decision making of the team, of the
team,
players.
yeah.
That's what you need to learn. If you want to become, if you want to learn from the Europeans, the Chinese, you need to get in their head while you're observing them, while you're watching them, and be like, why did they make this call? They had three options. Why did they go with option A? Why did they go with option B? And really think about that. And that's how you improve as a player. That's when you start thinking about your play style.
All right, so it looks like we're just going to cut to a very quick break, ladies and gentlemen. And when we're back, we will be going live with the first matchup of the day. The first quarterfinals, Brutality, facing off against, what's the name of the team again? Cyber Kid Legends?
Crazy kids.
Crazy Kids.
Yeah.
Like Crazy Kid Legends. There you go.
Yeah.
CKL.
Yeah.
Little complicated name there, but that's it. My name is Blay. Alongside me is Equitas, a.k.a. Prize. I like to call him much more lesser syllables than Equitas. So we'll be right back after a quick break. Don't go anywhere. This is the Supernova LAN Finals. 8 of the best teams from across the country. Well, give or take a few. But we'll be resuming with the game. We'll be starting and going live with the game very, very soon. Don't go anywhere.
All right, guys, we have some time before the next matches start. Do we have any gamers here in the audience? I see some gamers. There's a gamer over there. You guys are gamers? Okay, then I'm going to come over there. Hi, what's your name?
Shivani?
Okay, Shivani, and are you here participating?
No.
No? But do you play CSGO?
No.
You don't play CSGO. What do you play?
Nothing.
Nothing. I haven't played that game yet. Is it on Steam? I think that's like 0% discount, no?
Yeah. It's free of cost.
Free of cost. Okay. No piracy though, right?
No.
And what's your name?
Nikita.
Nikita. What games do you play?
I used to play, but I've stopped for a couple of years now.
Why? What happened?
Like studies, I guess.
Studies. God damn it, education. Why do you do this to us? But what games were you playing before?
I used to play like DMC and
Devil May Cry? Dude, that's my bread and butter. It's like seriously, Dante, it's like best guy ever. And yes, what is your name?
Nishka.
Nishka. Okay, and what do you play?
I play Counter-Strike. I play a few more games from Steam.
Nice. And are you part of the participating teams?
Yeah, I'm supporting my team, Crash, CKL.
Nice. Hey, Crash, I got one of your players over here. You want to say something for the team?
No, I just hope they don't get their asses kicked.
We can edit that, right? Oh, we're streaming. Okay, never mind. Thank you so much. Yeah, can we get another applause here for the teams? All right. Hi, what's your name?
I'm Vishal.
And are you participating?
Not exactly, no.
Are you from one of the teams?
No.
No. Okay, so just here to enjoy. Do you play CS?
All right. I guess you got muted, buddy. I'm so sorry about that. But we're going live here. It's going to be Brutality facing off against Crash Kids Legends. I still don't know how to pronounce the name. CKL.
Yeah.
CKL. We're going to go with CKL as we do have the teams readying up.
You know, it's about to go to the knife round, but I think they just reset it.
I think the knife round is okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, we got in-game volume as well. So here we go. I don't think they've yet started.
They're not selected the side.
That's
huh?
on the side
Yeah,
yet,
yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. But Brutality should be winning the knife round. And I think they would be starting on the T side as they usually do. There's one very weird thing I've noticed when it comes to Indian teams winning the knife round is how they, by default, they go on the CD side, even though, like even a map
T-sided
like
map.
Cobblestone
Yeah.
or Cash, right? But here we go. We're going live. I think the knife round has actually been done with.
Yep.
Yep,
the
it
first
actually been
round.
done with. It's going to be Brutality starting on the T side. No surprises there. CKL on the CD side of Dust 2. It's the best of one, ladies and gentlemen. Loser goes home. Winner moves on to the semifinals. 5 armor buys, no kit being brought up in CKL. That's going to make their retakes kind of tricky if Brutality do get the bomb down.
And look at this, like Brutality has gone with a peculiar buy. I mean, for example, Ace Count and Deagle in this round. He almost takes the head out of REQ.
And they're playing it very slow. Brutality, they do have Rix and Juventa. They seem to have bought some utility. Rix with the Deagle. A-Star's going to open things up. Gets the first frag on the drop. A-Star's actually going to raid boss. But instead of Tech 9, he's going with the Deagle. The Deagle getting dropped to him by Rix by the looks of it. He's going to get the opening kill, but Fappy with a beautiful shot on A-Star. And there's going to be a 4v4 right now. Cyrex shifting his position, playing from the barrels. Now Reynard Fox, he may not be expecting this as Brutality. 2 members coming out. Cyrex is tapping away. He's got to find one. Is he looking for one more? No, he's not going to get it. Reynard's going to take him down, but Tinch Cobra and Fappy is still holding the side here. Rix alone now in a
just on Rix.
1v3. And with the Deagle here, this is not looking good for Brutality. A nice start coming out from CKL. And Rix, he's got the C4, but there's a man in top mid. He's going to spot him out. But the Deagle, oh,
Ouch.
the shot comes in. Tinch Cobra's going to fall. Wreck and Fappy right now. 2v2. And they don't need to go for this fight here. They can just play this. Rix dropping down to mid.
What did I tell you about making it 2 1v1s?
And they're making this 2v1. So Rix gets a kill in the B bomb side. This could be kind of tricky for CKL. But then Wreck, he hasn't spotted out, and Rick's going to be switching over to the P2000. He's got no armor barriers in mind. He's going to rattle off a few shots towards upper tunnels. He's going to get the bomb down as the rotation is coming in from Fappy from CD Spawn, who is on a double kill. He's got a decoy. Going to try and use it, but Wreck with a beautiful shot there picks him up, and it's going to be CKL winning the first round. 2 men alive, and no kits as well, but they do manage to pull it off pretty nicely. Fappy with 2 very crucial kills, and yeah, Brutality surprisingly losing that round. And they looked a little foolhardy. They had barely any utility to play with. No smoke splashes, just going for the kills.
No,
walking in dry.
Honestly, the pistol round setup was kind of flawed. They went to 2 raid bosses with Deagle, so the other guys had nothing on them, right? So they were like one USP to the chest and you're gone, you're done. And that's exactly what happened. It was very squishy guys coming up on Cat.
Pretty much. And
Yeah.
Rix in the end not able to do much. It's going to be a mixed buy. We do have the Darth Rain, aka Nervous, on the MP7. 3 for Masters, a UMP on Tinge Cobra. They're not going for that many SMGs because they're wary of early buy. And Brutality are forcing it up. And they've got now 3 guys getting control of upper tunnels. The C4 still all the way in T-spawn with Venom, who is just on the Glock. He's actually going to donate the AK to A-Star, and why the hell not? That's one guy you want to give the gun to. So A-Star and Reynard with the Galil and the AK. We have Juventa and Rix with the Tech 9s. 4 guys with armor, and they are looking to go for this B play here. Dart Rain's sitting out in the open, risky positioning for him. Reynard's going to peek it, gets the kill. A-Star actually getting the kill on Wreck, and it's going to be the B side in control with Brutality. And they just might be making this force by work for them. A lot of damage on Juventa and on A-Star, but should be comfortable round for CKL. There's a lot of utility still with Brutality. A-Star has the smoke, gun, nade, Molotovs. Remember, Cyrex and Factory with 2 quick kills. But Venom with the Glock is going to find Cyrex through the smoke. Last man left alive is going to be Factory. Takes his time getting the kill on the Venom. But now a 2v2. He doesn't have a kit. And a Molotov is going to come in. That's going to reduce his options here. And he's going to opt to just get the hell out of there. No time remaining. No kit as well. Picks up a Molotov in the end. But Brutality bringing it back on their end. It's going to be 1-1. And CKL, will they force it up here or will they go for a full eco?
I think they're going to go for a full eco. On the CD side, after you get... after winning the pistol, if that happens to you, yeah, it's best to just go for a full eco. The mistake there was not understanding the range of your weapons. The SMG guy, like just peeking tunnels at that range was unnecessary. Either he plays car or plays on the right, lets his teammate with the farmhouse bait, and then he just peeks out and sprays them down, right? He was taking a mid-range battle with a gun that's pretty poor at that range.
And especially when they had an inkling that Brutality would be on a force buy. Even if it didn't have the AKs and the FAMAS, like 2 or 3 Tech 9s at that range, they can pretty much ruin your day there. Rick's coming up with a Mac-10, just running and gunning, taking his time, but he's going to get the kill. Not taking much damage as well. Juventa's going to find Fappy as well. Rick's coming and running and gunning, crowd spraying. This is just a drive-by shooting here. Greg going to spot a man to see his spawn, tapping over to USB. Might be able to get the kill onto A-Star. A-Star winning a lot of shots there, but Reynard is there to pick up the slack. They will be able to salvage the gun as well. So 3 AKs in play, just to one the Mac-10 getting dropped there. And Brutality, a very, very good anti-eco run coming out from them. You can see the replay from Rix.
The hesitation from the other CTs because of just one flash.
Yeah.
They hesitated, they couldn't go for the trade on Rix. Rix took a long time to kill the first guy. That was an easy trade opportunity there.
Yeah. And it's going to be the B train coming in. I'm not a big fan of this, but they're going to be lucky here because I don't think they spotted anyone out at mid. Just one guy inside, and Rex is going to get 1 kill, but Venom's there for the immediate trade. So 4v4 Cyrex, kind of low as well. But the bomb is going to get planted. Tinge Cobra with a very early flank coming in from upper tunnels. And they are going to be pinned here. 3 members coming in with a nade. Perfect. Kobe, as A-Star is going to get 2, finds the triple kill. Fappy, the last man left alive. And this should be another comfortable run for Brutality. Losing just 1 man again. Fappy with the 5-7, just playing up close. Might be able to get off, pick off either Rix or Fox here. Flashbang's going to come in. Juventa going to get flashed out, but Rix there to save his teammate. That's going to be 3-1 Brutality. Now we'll see the Byron coming off CKL. And I'd be looking to see some, at least a basic dynamic setup. I don't want to see 3 guys at long, 2 guys at B. You know, that's very
probably
default
what
play.
you're going to see, though.
But that's probably what I'm going to see.
Well, there's no op, so maybe they can't play the card setup, right? So they might just play
They could have gone for an
heavy
op.
cat.
They could have gone for an op, but instead opting to go for the utility instead of investing a lot in the big green. It makes sense.
going-
Brutality, no op as well.
Yeah, so they're playing too long, actually. There. Oh, wait, look at this. Brutality just going to go for the surprise.
I like this. I like this. Flash is raining in. Reynard's going to find the first man. Actually, Juventa's going to seal a kill. 1 guy in the side, and he is going to get triple peeked. And I love what Brutality
They
did
need to
there.
save. At this point, CKL needs to save. If they go for this retake, it's going to be silly. B is a hard side to retake, and this is a crucial first
And
gun
they
round.
have a guy over in mid as well. They have A-Star. So I was going to find a 1 kill. A-Star already looking for the CDs who are going to be saving. Are they going to go for this? They seem to be in 2 minds about this.
Right now, they're in no man's land. They're in limbo. Like, if they're actually going to go for it, they should have gone for it a lot earlier. 1 guy's going for the save, 2 guys are going for it. I'm really confused on what they're trying to do here.
That's going to spot him out. Fappy's going to get the 1 kill though, and they actually might be able to go for this but now A-Star coming with the flank, but it's all down to Cyrex here alone. If he gets his kill, he's going to get the kill, and he knows A-Star is coming in from CD spawn, but time is not his friend. And he's got to get the hell out of there because the kid's not with him either. And now the hunt coming in from A-Star. He's looking for that kill. And the bomb is going to detonate in the end. A-Star is looking to steal that gun away, but he won't be able to get the kill. And CKL, they just seem to be in two minds about that. They took a long time to commit.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they're thinking. 4-1 Brutality. Their money is looking very robust as well because the anti-eco rounds, and they rarely lost any guns. Just one. I think they just had one casualty in each anti-eco round. So the money is looking very robust right now, although they lost 4 people that round. And with CKL, pretty much a full eco, a few upgraded pistols coming out. And I love what Brutality did. Oh, meanwhile, these pistols are coming into play here. 2 men down early on, and Brutality on the back foot. But the B bomb site is completely wide open. They've relinquished the B bomb site. Dark Rain, little careful there, buddy. He is going to get a little lucky there. Asa's going to find Rek. Reynard's going to find Dark Rain. That's the B bomb site. It's equalized again. It's now a 3v3. Tinge Cobra has picked up the AK, but it's kind of far away. He's near the long doors. Cyrex is just getting annihilated through the smoke here. He's very low. Fappy is internally hemorrhaging. He's going to get taken out by Venom. Sark's going to fall. Tinge Cobra should just try and hold on to his AK here. There's not a chance in hell he's going to be able to clutch this out. And yep, that's what he's going to do. I really like what Brutality did on CKL's first buy round. Just rushing in B and not giving them any space to work with. Just pushing it in. Sure, it was a little risky. It could have been a stack there, but they made it work. And now I do believe we're going to be seeing the AWP coming out on Rix.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's not that Brutality that's impressing me right now. It's just that CKL is playing a very flawed game. For example, on the first gun round, right, when the 2 guys died, they should have told their teammates that, hey, we barely damaged them, we didn't get a kill, there's no point going for a 3v5 retake on the B side. They should have saved those guns, right? If they had those guns right now when they got the 2 kills at long, and they could have possibly gone for a retake. The second problem here, at this time, CKL has a 5v3 advantage, right? And the 2 guys at B engaged unnecessarily. They could just waited, grouped up together, and then a proper 5-man retake, which probably would not have been able to hold. So, yeah, a lot of mistakes on CKL's end.
And right, Brutality going very fastly short. We have Rix leading the way. He doesn't have an option. Just charging in, sprays Tinge Cobra down. This man is just taking matters into his own hands. He's going to get the 1 kill and gets dropped by Fappy though, but he's done the damage. As A-Star and the remainder of his team are going to come charging in. They got the op on Nervous. He's not going to get the kill. They're just getting slaughtered here. Sark's going to find 1. He's going to get another kill, but might get caught out reloading here. Yes, he will. Juventus is going to find Rek, and A-Star ends Cyrex there. And that was just all on Rix, just pushing in, getting the opening kill. And I think there was a teammates from Brutality as well. They're just shutting down the CKL. They're just dissecting this map. And CKL, they are going to force it up.
That play I have to respect Brutality for. That change of pace, that fast cat, was a good turn.
And I really like what they're doing with just this balls-to-the-wall approach when it comes to their to CKL's buy rounds. They're not giving them any respect. And I'm not a big fan of this buy here. Dark Rain going for just the
desperation buy at this point.
I mean, there's no... Oh my word. Reinhardt, what are you doing?
And this is why Fox is such a brilliant entry fragger.
All of them for that matter. Rix, he was entry fragger previous round. Now they have control of the bomb set. Bombs planted. Another round going the way of Brutality. 7-1. And A-Star meanwhile kind of whiffing that spray there. But a 3v2, it could still go their way, but no, Venom's going to say no, take on Cyrex, and Juventus is going to find Rek, and this is just falling apart for CKL. Why didn't Nervous buy that round? Why did he go for the 5-7 and armor buy while the rest of his team went for the full buy?
replay just there from Fox.
That was insane. That was some crazy shots there. The entry man just opening the door wide, marching in like a boss. 7-1.
And this is a train that can't be stopped at this point. Like, CKL doesn't have an answer for not even the aim, but just the trading ability that Brutality is showing right now, the entry ability that Brutality is showing right now.
Oh, Reynard this time not going to be able to get the opening kill. Cyrex finds 1, but immediate trade coming in from Rix. As he's 4v4, but the defenses are split wide apart. Nervous, Dart Rain, he's got to get some kills with a 5-7. As Brutality once again pushing in short. Is he going to get spotted out? Taps away, not good. Oh, gets a nice shot there onto Rix. Acer, however, is going to get the drop onto him. Venom's going to find Fappy. 2v2, this is looking pretty tough. But Tinge Cobra with a 5-7. Aim punch comes in. Rek alone. 1v3. Another impossible round here. And Brutality, this is the Brutality train. I mean, the one way you can really take down Brutality is if you start strong and start kind of screwing with their mind. You know,
they did start strong. They won the pistol, but then they just completely lost it on the second round.
And yeah, CKL, what are they going to do here? Byron coming out. Might see the AWP coming out to play again. And here's the thing, Brutality don't even have the AWP on Rix.
No, what they need to do right now is buy a lot of Molotovs.
They got auto sniper out, and I don't understand this buy.
Well,
I don't
I mean,
get
if
it.
CKL wants to get back in this game, they need to realize that Brutality is playing a very fast pace and use their Molotovs and nades early. Stop that rush. Throw a Molotov on Cat. Throw a Molotov at B. Stop that rush. Look at this. Again, now this time they're probably going to go for mid play. And is there Molotov? Nope. There's no Molotov here. And
They have a guy very close by there, and it's going to be... Oh! Double man sprayed out from Dot Rain. That's a good start, but he gets taken down. Now, Rek, he's got to go big here. They are still going to be going for the pincer, and Rain are waiting for Rek. Their ace is going to find Cyrex, and once again neutralize the man advantage. Now, Fappy and Tinch Cobra. There was a misplay coming in as well. I mean, they bought a scout when the money was... They're 8-1 down, and you don't go for misbuys at this juncture. The nerves just coming in for CKL. I got to feel bad for these guys. I mean... A-Star going to get caught by Tinch Cobra. 2v2, still doable here, but the bomb has been ticking for a while.
I think they're going to go for a save here. Yeah, they're actually going for a save here.
And auto sniper, not the best weapon. Yeah, they're going to be going for the safe. And yeah, this is just looking... It's like watching a train wreck. It hurts you deep down inside, but you just can't, you know, stop watching it. You know, it's slow motion, two trains colliding.
Well, not two trains. It's like
It's more like a puppy
yeah.
and a massive train called Brutality right now. And it's just the blood getting smeared all over the tracks. And if you like watching that sort of disturbing content, here we go. And 9-1, this is looking very iffy here. A-Star with the auto sniper. I think Brutality stopped giving a damn a while back.
They just realized that aim-wise they're superior in every department, so get any. Nope.
Nope, not gonna, but he's going to spot one man out and finishes the entire clip. His conveyed information just spotted one guy out. The smoke's going to come in though this time around, so no early push to the deep bomb side. But CKL, their lack of utility usage is kind of grating me, to be very honest.
Yeah, they die often with like a lot of utility on them. But Brutality's playing so fast, they literally die with 2 flashes and a nade on them without using it. And that's the most frustrating thing as an IGL, let me tell you that.
Smoke coming in there, blocked any vision for A-Star. Tinch Cobra playing up close bit, so they shifted up their positioning a little bit, but once again, a B bomb side, not really good. Just a guy at the back of platform. That is Rek, has been spotted up, but Venta tapping away. Venom's going to find Dot Rain. Didn't know where he is. Rek is going to find one. Is he going to get a second kill is the question here. As Tinch Cobra coming in with the flank. Rek staying alive for a long time, and that's going to give the man advantage. He's barely alive, but A-Star's found himself in A bomb side where there's no one there. The rotation, very fast rotation on the CTs, and that's going to hurt them. And the C4 is going to get planted. A-Star just peeks around through the smoke, going to get the headshot on the Cyrex. Now a 3v3 bomb planted once again. It's same old story. CKL, what can it do? Tinch Cobra's going to find a second one though. But Rix is holding a very deep angle, and Fabi wouldn't be expecting that. Nade from Reynard. Rick to 11 points of health and a prayer on his lips. That's all he has to go with here. He got a couple more flashes, but 11 points of health. And with Reynard and then Fox and Rix waiting for him, this is going to be impossible. He comes out, Reynard is going to decapitate him. 10-1. This is some R-rated material right now.
And it's the 2 entry fraggers, right? Fox and Reynard and A-Star, who are really being the nuisance for CKL. I mean, they've been opening up sides consistently, and this is a really nice fake. You know, they made CKL over-rotate to B because of how many times they've taken the B side and just walked up cat. Worked brilliantly.
We have Reynard coming in with the nade. They're just going to bomb rush away into the bomb side here. They know it's going to be a force goodbye. Once again, Fox. He's doing the same thing again and again. They flash out smoke and he checks car, then checks towards the side. Rick's going to find Tinch Cobra through the smoke. And this is just falling apart for CKL. It's like... I don't know what to say, man. It's like watching some... one of those documentaries about, you know, some of those child abuse videos where Brutality is just going ham here. They have the op on... Nervous Drop Green. He hasn't been able to do anything with a big green. He's bought it up a couple of times so far. But if you look at the money for Brutality as well, that's obscene amounts of money on Reynard and Fog, on Venom. Just like the Bank of Abu Dhabi right there. And we are now going to be in the 13th round, 11-1. Sure, they're getting a couple of frags here and there when saving it, but they're going to need way more than that. Venom running around with the auto sniper, and this is looking like a mockery at the moment. Shot, get another one, but yeah, these are just a fair victory at this point. 11-1. What would you do at this juncture? Give up?
I mean, I wouldn't give up. I mean, there's always hope, but At this juncture, I would just do some Hail Marys, you know, like stop playing setups. It's clearly not working, you know, take risks.
Go for an aggressive cat play.
Go for a pinch on tunnels, you know, they're pretty carefree in tunnels. I'd push 2 lower, 2 upper, something like that.
And once again, Brutality.
Like, see, if I pinch tunnels right now, I probably would have gone some kills.
Falling back. They have Rek shifting it up a little bit. They're not going to be making this play. But they got the offering with the op here. The smoke's going to dissipate. He's going to go for the shot. Yes, he is, but misses it. Going to follow it up with a nade. But Juventa pushing in deep already into mid. Getting some information in CD spawn. He knows there's an operator mid. He's going to be nervous. The dot raid is going to find Reynard. But Juventa wide peeking out. Oh! Takes his time, but it's going to get the kill. Trades coming in there. Now 4v4. And this is a nice crossfire being set up by the CTs. Ricks, they spot him out though, and it's going to be Tinch Cobra finds 2, but Juventa with the trades. 2v2 here. And this is a chance that CKL haven't had in a while. But Cyrex and Fappy. But ASA's going to take him down. All down to Fappy right now. And Juventa is just going for this here. Fappy's going to find him 1v1. A-Star. Fappy, he's got the kit. He's got a nade. But he's going to be facing off against A-Star here. And A-Star does not lose those clutches. 12-1. This is it's painful.
And look at nervous there. I think he's shouting at his
He
teammates to get right.
he has a reputation for being kind of a hothead,
Yeah,
is what I've been told.
short-tempered person.
And right now, though, what can you do? Auto sniper coming in, no damage being dealt out, however. They still have the AWP, but right now, I mean, the max money bonus coming in. Juventa's going to get spot on one man there. Gets cracked. Fappy.
Oh, he's not played out there. Rek is just having an awful game. I think he's the weakest link by far.
And he's going to get taken down. That's the A-bomb side completely in control. Sorry, the A-long in control with Brutality once more. Smoke's coming in. Tinch Cobra. He gets spot a man out. Spots a man crossing over. Venom doesn't need to take the fight. Sarek's going to catch a Juventa, though. They were going for the, I think for the kind of open plant there. Short plant, in fact. And a bomb. Very lucky that the bomb didn't get dropped into CD spawn. It's going to leave Venom and A-Star. Venom clearing out CD spawn. He's going to pick up the bomb. And he's going to be going for the shot plant. As A-Star is going to catch out Cyrex. It's all on a Tinch Cobra. He's going to get the kill. Yes, he is on the A-Star. 1v1 here. 32 points of felt on Tinch versus Venom. Waldo's going to come in and Tinch Cobra going to run it through the flame. No, he's not going to get the kill. Nothing, absolutely nothing is going the way of CKL. And Brutality, one run away from making it 14-1. Extremely, extremely one-sided affair here.
The good thing that Brutality knows, the one takeaway they can take from this game is that, look, I think the aim's on point. Especially the rifle aim. We've not really seen even Riggs come to his own with the op. They didn't even need Riggs' op.
He hasn't op yet. He hasn't op
so
yet. Yeah.
Even with rifles alone, they seem pretty on point, and that's
And they got a
something.
4-man stack in B this time around.
If you have a 4-man stack in B, why are you throwing a Molotov? You want them to come in.
You want them to come in.
You want them to come in.
It's
like,
counterintuitive.
yeah.
I mean,
now look, you just scurried them away. They're not gonna go B now. They were gonna go into your trap, and you threw a Molotov.
basic mistakes coming out from CKL here. Ricks,
Ouch.
oh,
That's
that's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt. Oh man, this is like deathmatch right now for Brutality players. They're just running around, getting kills at will. They have control of the A-bomb side. Bombs down again. Venom over in car. Ricks is kind of low, but it's a 5v3. Juventa's going to find Cyrex. Rek is going to find the 1 kill. Fappy's going to find Juventa, but still a 3v2. And to be very honest, yeah, it's all on a Fappy. 1v3. He's got a kill.
They're actually going on the hunt. Okay, I think he's going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ricks takes him down in the end. 14-1. This is Obsidian. You can see Ricks here. I mean, he's just so carefree right now.
Flick headshot. Yeah.
And even the last kill, he's just going for the deals. He's like, yeah, you guys, you can't touch me right now.
Even with 20 HP, he's just peeking. Going for the headshot.
So 14-1. I was speaking to production guys, and they're like, we're kind of running late, but I think Brutality did them a favor, and I think we're back on track. I feel bad for CKL though. It is a best to one. Remember that, and
I think we know now why Brutality picked us too instead of Mirage. They wanted to end it quickly, just brute force their way with their rifles. Oh, I think they're gonna run right into Brutality's trap. Why is Brutality playing so close range with the USPs?
Cyrex gonna fall. Ricks tapping away, staying alive.
He's gonna die.
This guy's got 9 lives here. They're going to ignore him. Don't ignore him. Do not ignore this man. He will be the depth of view. He's finally going to find 2, but A-Star is there. He's going to find 1 more, is he? And no, Cyrex finds him at 4 points of health. It's all down now to the last 2 men, but the flank is coming in from behind as well. Fox, he's a smart player. He's not going to peek in. He knows that they know that a flank will be coming in, and they know where the last 2 Ts are. They just have to set up this crosshair. Cyrex is internally bleeding. He's got 3 kills.
Cyrex is going to die any second now.
And this is going to be almost impossible for them, because Juventa and Reyna, they got them pincered in. They got them trapped like a rat in a trap here.
The
And
worst thing CKL can do right now is engage one-on-one on either side. They should just go together so there's a chance for a trade.
Juventa's going to spot 1. Kundia doesn't need to go for these duels. And meanwhile, Reynard, he's still holding the flank. He's still holding the flank.
The smoke comes in, so Kundia probably called that, and this is the signal for Reina to go for it.
Kundia should announce himself. He shouldn't have to take this fight, but now he's going to reposition himself.
Ah, Cyrex, don't be jumping up there with 4 HP.
This is tight here. They need this round, but Juventa's going to find him, and that's pretty much it. Cyrex, no way, no way, no way in hell. Reynard will take it up, but valiant effort from Cyrex. He's got 4 kills there, especially when he was so low in the end. But Reynard's going to clutch it. 15-1, 14 map points. Do you still believe, bruh? You're not much of a believer, I know. You're a cynical bastard, but still.
I have no faith that anything's gonna happen.
Usually
anything's gonna happen.
Usually
other
don't
than
have faith in
16-1.
Counter-Strike, but yeah, this looks like it's done and
So
dusted.
the one thing Brutality needs to worry about is that pistol rounds are very weak. A team like CKL winning the T-pistol, almost winning this
it.
if they didn't. Rix basically got lucky that they didn't check him, right?
Yeah.
And it's a bit silly. They played USP armor in the face of Glocks. You have USP armor, use your range. Why are you
Use the
playing
range,
right
yeah.
close to the door?
But then
Yeah.
again, you gotta bear in mind, you know.
They might actually.
You're
there's a-
14-1. They might actually be able to damage Karian, and Juventa gonna find 1. No! You're not supposed to get 2 kills like that.
No.
You're not supposed to get 2 kills like that. It's atrocious, atrocious side checking coming out from CKL. Last 2 men left alive. The retake's gonna come in. Godfrey, nervous, alone, and he is gonna get ended by Rix. GG. Well played, 16-1. That was an utter brutal,
And it's a statement.
ruthless.
It's a statement for the rest of the teams.
It's a
looking at
statement of
this game.
brutality. They don't give a damn. They're going to take the fight to you. They're going to stop you all over.
Yeah.
And you can see, Rix didn't have the op at all. He's like, I don't need the op for these guys. I don't need the op. Who the hell are they? I don't care about them. Never heard of them. I'm not going to give them any respect. I'm going to stomp them. And there you have it, Brutality. 16-1, ladies and gentlemen. That was painful to watch.
I think they practically had like 16k since like the 4th round or something along that lines.
This is like going to Live Leak and watching some of those beheading videos. Brutal to watch. So there you have it, guys. We're going to be cutting to a very quick break, and we'll be back with the second matchup of the evening, which should be, I think it's going to be MIS? No, I think it's Accuracy Gaming and Rect Gaming you're going to be playing up next. So, yeah, my name is Blay, alongside me is, of course, Equitas, and we'll be back with the second matchup coming up. That's the second quarterfinals, which we'll be streaming. That's going to be Accuracy Gaming facing up to Rect Gaming, and we'll be back right after the break.
test. All right, guys, we'll be starting our next match very soon. But first, let's have a short word from our winning team, Team Brutality. We also have with us their captain. Give a big round of applause for Ankit. Good game, guys. Wow, that was pretty dominating for you guys. How did you guys manage to, like, it didn't even seem like you broke a sweat or anything. You look fresh, like you just got out of bed.
Yeah, we have practiced a lot. Our map pool is quite big, and that's why we picked us too. And we had some set stat, but that was not needed because we were way aggressive, and those guys couldn't handle the shooting, and also we were playing casually.
This was a casual match for you? Holy shit, okay. Remind me not to play with you, by the way. But you know, in round 11, it seemed like the team was about to bounce back, but you guys came on top, and that was pretty crazy. So it didn't seem like any moment in the match it seemed like it was going to be a problem for you.
Yeah, this match was not a problem for us because we knew we didn't know the team also, and so we thought that it will be an easy game. That's why we picked Dust 2. It's an open map and a shooting-based map, and we knew that they couldn't handle our shooting powers. So that's why we went aggressive and finished it off. Maybe the coming games will be a bit more tougher, and you'll see all the strats and all what we have practiced. Maybe a different map as well.
All right, thank you so much. And guys, give me a big round of applause again for Team Brutality winning the first match of the day. Coming up, we got Team Overcome versus Team Mission and Stealth. We'll be starting very shortly. For those of you who are just joining us, we have with us the HTC Vive virtual reality experience that's just right outside the booth. We have other activities lined up for later in the day. We have the cosplay competition that's happening. We have the semifinals that's starting around 4:30. 4:30. Just pretend that you know and nod your head. Thank you. But above all else, I just want to welcome all you guys for coming to Supernova Gaming Carnival. This event would not be possible without you guys. So we definitely have a lot of stuff lined up for you. Stick around. And in case you haven't, please help yourself to some drinks, non-alcoholic preferably. For now. Maybe later. Okay.